is fully prepared to face 2016 Tamil Nadu elections with full ambition of creating change in Tamil Nadu. This is the first party which has come out with the list of candidates before any party could do it. This substantiates my statement that BJP is fully prepared. We are also talking to the parties and leaders and the associations which are genuinely interested in working to create the ground for change. In today's conference, I want to focus on two important aspects of importance for the Tamil Nadu people, not only for BJP. I request all of you to help me in focusing only on these two issues today. Tamil Nadu politics, due to the leader who is inaccessible and unavailable, not available. This is a very important and big state. For Indian democracy, for Indian federal structure, for achieving the development targets of both the country and the total population, the role of Tamil Nadu is very critical. Not just in parochial sense, but in the national sense. Tamil Nadu plays a critical role and its contribution for India is very high. Keeping this in view, if you review the past 5 years of the governance, Indian development and Indian democracy is suffering, and Tamil Nadu is heavily suffering due to these both aspects of the leader who is governing. Leader is inaccessible and leader is not available. In a democracy, as Honorable Prime Minister has rightly said, the Prime Minister is not Prime Minister, Pradhan Mantri, but he is a Pradhana Sevak, a chief servant. The corollary of this statement in Tamil Nadu context, we need a Mukhya Sevak, not just Mukhyamantri. Leader must be moving with the moving people. Not imperious isolation, but intermingling with the people. Farmers, working women, laboring classes, artisans, students, youth, particularly in these elections, it is more than 1 crore 7 lakhs first time voters. Not able to interact. So, no participatory democracy is possible with this leader and with this governance. Democracy lives in framework but not in content. So BJP stands for participatory democracy. BJP stands for quality change of the leadership who is able to attend all issues of importance, including crisis. Prime Minister sometimes is accessible. When the crisis is there, he is attending. While he is traveling all over the world to attend the issues of India, no issue is neglected and he is there and available. And he is alive. Personally interacting, physically interacting. This is a very important issue. I challenge the government and its leadership how they can say what I am saying is wrong. This BJP is going to make one of the important issues of the campaign. We want transformative politics. We want empowering politics. We don't want absentee leadership. On this count, the party which enjoyed the power in the past also does not qualify today. So this is the issue of grave importance for Tamil Nadu people, keeping the next 5 years in view. Inaccessibility and unavailability. There are number of issues now I can tell when and where because of the absence of leadership Tamil Nadu has suffered. This is the one important thing. Second important issue I want to raise today is again I am telling you, whenever we discuss development without peace is impossible. Development without proper law and order is inconceivable. The precondition for the development is peace, stability, harmony, sound law and order. If you see, for Indian development and even for the foreign Indian extended interests in the context of Lookist policy, Tamil Nadu occupies the prime role. Both very important things. We have the ambition of entering into the Security Council as India. We have interest in Malaysia. Tamil people have interest in Malaysia. Tamil diaspora has interest in Myanmar, Burma. Tamil people have crucial and critical interest in Singapore. Tamil people have interest, highly important interest in the neighboring Sri Lanka. And Tamil Nadu diaspora has interest in the West, England, America and Canada. Tamil Nadu diaspora is even today lively linked to Tamil Nadu society, connected to the Tamil Nadu society. So Indian government, Indian development story is incomplete without safeguarding the interests of Tamil people, Tamil identities, Tamil culture, Tamil pride, Tamil language and Tamilians related economy or economic interests. In this context, Tamil Nadu requires an engaging leadership. Not really leadership which enjoys in isolation and glorifies the isolation. Now I tell the precondition for development when I say it is peace, and peace is impossible without securing the interests related to national unity and integrity. It is not only in Kashmir we are facing problem. It is not only we are facing problems in the northeast, but I have a serious question about law and order in Tamil Nadu, particularly AIDMK government or the present government is not hard on jihadi terrorism. Why it is not hard? What is the interest? Why they are not effective? Why without securing this, it is impossible to create the climate for investments, climate for the industrial production and industrial development when people feel insecure. It is not against Muslims. In fact, jihadi terrorism works against the interests of Muslims. Not one, not two, not three. It's a periodic incidents. With regular periodicity, these incidents have taken place. Why this government has failed in curbing the jihadi terrorism? BJP as a political party and as an ideological movement has become victim of this jihadi terrorism in Tamil Nadu. We have lost many leaders. Nothing is progressing. This also is not confined to, there are incidents. I can say in 2004, our Hindu Munnani district president Suresh, 2013 V. Ramesh, and state secretary Hindumani Veliyappan 2013, ex-municipal councillor Murugan Paramakudi in 2013, Suresh Madurai in 2013, Dr. Aravind Reddy, very promising doctor, very active public servant in Vellore 2012, Like that, if you see, this government not only on this BJP, targeting BJP leaders, what is Ambur Vellur incident says? Police forces are not secure. They have written a letter to the Chief Minister. Don't post us in the sensitive areas where molestation may take place. If ordinary women ask, they can understand. Even civil servants, civil service in services, if they ask, I can understand. If police forces, they write a letter that don't post us in the areas where molestation may take place. What kind of law and order is there for the security forces? And Sub-Inspector Kalidas in Ramanathapuram incident, when he fires in self-defense, what is the right which has taken place in Ramanathapuram in 2014? So, different outfits which are promoting directly or indirectly, or which are working to spread jihadi terrorism, they are free and they are not targeted and the actions are not taken. This is creating a kind of terror, a kind of fear and disturbing situation for the religious harmony, which is very important for achieving the objectives of development and very important for the good governance. So Dindigal, Ramanathapuram, Chennai, Vellore, all these areas, BJP is going to take this as a very serious campaign issue. All over the state, and this count I would like to say, DMK track record is not good. They also get disqualified on this count. Now in this situation, particularly when we have this kind of things, it is not only in JNU somebody is raising the slogan for Afzal Guru or in support of Afzal Guru. In Tamil Nadu also there are several incidents like this, sloganeering against India, against Bharat Mata Ki Jai. And in the last few days, when the issues are raised, all these political parties, along with Congress, they have tried to align with such forces which are interested in divisive politics. So Tamil Nadu has stake in the national unity. This is also will be the one of the important political campaign issue. DMK, leave about the corruption. The Congress, which should have been firmly on the nationalist side, on the side of Bharat Mata Ki Jai, on the side of the forces which are interested in protecting the national security and democracy. You understand, in Tamil Nadu, now the morale of the large number of police personnel and the morale of the paramilitary forces and morale of the forces working in military, when they see somebody from Tamil Nadu is becoming martyr in Jammu Kashmir, becoming martyr in Siachen, becoming martyr in facing the terrorism from Pakistan border, and in Tamil Nadu these political parties are seen aligning with such forces which work against India. It is very unfortunate, and it is a very important issue for youth of Tamil Nadu. Congress will have to answer these questions, and the parties which are aligning with Congress have to answer on this question, where they stand for. So these are the issues which will have main place in our campaign, and the young of Tamil Nadu are going to respond on this issue. Thank you. Sir, you go to propagative mode when you are facing elections in a democracy. Nothing wrong in it. Reaching out with the facts to the masters of the democracy, sovereign masters of democracy are the citizens. So we are not going to something extra constitutional or unconstitutional body. We are going to the people with the facts. And at right time we are going with the facts and propagative mode. In a democracy, informed debate is very important. It doesn't mean that we have not pursued in the past. We have pursued in the past at the personal level. But I am not talking about only central government, sir. Your question why and when, where it has come, I understand. But my campaign point is not confined with the engaging or partnering relationship with central government and its state government role. I am not confining that. That central government leaders know. You have not understood BJP, or you have not tracked BJP adequately, I can say. When Amit Shah, after becoming a national president, when he came here, in the first public meeting he said, corruption is the main issue and curse of the Tamil Nadu politics. When a party president says this, do you think that he was talking about the side players? So, my view is, it is not that we have taken up now and we have neglected in the past. Definitely when you are facing elections, you go with full throttle. Not that we want to attack somebody, but we want to reach out to the people with full facts. Because they are going to decide about the future of Tamil Nadu. Sir, when you say this, you are asking me that I am raising only now. As a Prabhari, I have been coming here. I never supported the present government. I never stopped criticizing the present government and the present leadership. On many issues, including the flood issues, we have issued our statements and we attacked. It is not that we suspended our attack for the last 2 years and now we have activated or we have ignited now. It is not that. Only thing is, when you are in elections, you just not confined to press conference, then you go out for reach out programs. You know, today I have taken up 2 issues. and my issues of campaign are not restricted to these two. Myself and my party will come out with issues, with new issues. Each issue requires full discussion, full debate, full participation. So I seek your help also. Media being the important pillar of democratic process. Definitely, these are the important issues which are also hurting the investment, which I have raised today. I do not mean that there are no other issues. I already told freedom from corruption and all these things. I am going to take up those issues. And in the manifesto also we will come out with. But in the next, after 2 days or 3 days, I am going to bring the other critical issue. So like that we are going to take up. But these are the two important issues. When you do not have engaging leadership, this imperious isolation and democratic governance are contradictory terms. There will be clash of culture. My request to all of you is, I will answer this question, but my request is, help me in by not allowing the situation to diffuse. It should not get defocused. The focus must be on the failure of the governance. The focus must be on the failure of the leadership, which is responsible for these problems of Tamil Nadu. If focus gets shifted to side players, then it hurts the people's future. Now I come to the question. In cricket, and particularly I use cricket because it is popular, everybody can understand. In the history of cricket, you have some players who are experts in making their partners out. A batsman facing the ball, he hits the ball in such a direction, it goes and hits the wickets in front, and his partner gets out. Such are the players. I am failed to understand for whose benefit he is playing. I don't understand even now. I am specifically using for whose benefit he is playing the game. He must have the clarity, if not me or others. I feel Vijaykanth and Premalata are wise enough. Now again I would like to answer this question in another way. What he had rejected from NDA, he also left NDA. What we had promised him and what he had rejected. Had we promised something what he is told, I am not interested in repeating those things, then where he would have been? If we had not promised anything to him, then how he can assume that we had promised certain things to the other player? This is our completely conjunctures are speculative mind games. In order to defocus the real campaign. A real campaign is now we need good governance. We need development. Tamil Nadu people, they require, badly require, than ever before. So, that is the reason I am saying BJP front and BJP is the only real opposition party which is focusing on the failure of the governance and which is qualified to lead this campaign because it does not have the maligned leadership, tainted leadership. It has the leadership with full credibility and with full integrity and credentials. This government and leadership had always tried to divert the attention from the jihadi terror and jihadi networks. The another crime of this government and its leadership is this. It has not only curbed, but it has created diversionary planks. Not only Hindu leaders or nationalist leaders or BJP leaders are targeted. Security forces are targeted. I am telling you, Ramanathapuram, Dindigul, Vellore, Chennai, in all these areas, it is not the ordinary citizens who are feeling insecure. Ordinary investors are feeling insecure. Not. Even the police forces, they are feeling insecure.
What are the letters they have written? You said police forces have written letters to CM asking not to be posted.
It is in the public domain, sir. You can go. You can ask the details. Police force in the local area, they have written that we are not unable to. Don't, the police women personnel, they should not be, female personnel, they should not be posted in such areas which are affected by riots. Okay, thank you, sir.